Hi guys, how you doing? So I wanted to do a video, a very quick one really, hopefully, for people that are very interested in the Skype calls, and to save some time I thought I would do a video that will be put in the bio box below in the description constantly, that I can guide you to this in order to watch if you are ever interested in the consultations that I do via Skype. Okay, now Skype calls can either be video or they can actually be just audio. Okay, so it depends on what you feel more comfortable with. Excuse me. So what we really look at within that can literally be broke down into segments, because what we're trying to do is break you down. Literally, I know that might come across very strange, but that's what I'm trying to do, is break down the coding system. Okay, so within the coding system, when you look at the matrix was all about coding system and the trigger and response of what you can see through patterns of behavior. So patterns of behavior are numbers and figures. Figures and numbers that are all through information that is gathered by our computer, which is actually our head. But our head is also our feelings of mind, body and soul. Okay, so if you look at it like your PC, now there could be better terms for this, better words and better terms, but we're going to look at terms and conditions. Okay, terms and conditions. So our conditioning and the terms and conditioning of what we should or shouldn't do, and the action and response of a term and also a condition, and learning to come to terms of the conditioning is parts of the ego, still parts of the matrix. Okay, so if you look at it like your PC or your phone or your computer, or the daily information that's gathered within our head, there's a trash bin right in the corner. Okay, and then we put all those old files of stuff that we've done into this trash bin, but after a while your computer says it's running slow and it crashes and burns, and it's just like us. The information that we've gathered through so long, we end up crashing and burning, and we crash out and we burn out, and it's just like our computer. So we empty the trash bin, and that goes into the hard drive and the stem cell therapy of your hard drive. The hard work and the hard effort, that what we actually realize is hard work and effort, but what we've missed is step one. Okay, is step one, is the information that needs breaking down and looking at within a coding system of the matrix. Okay, after a period of time, your computer will tell you to release all the information from the hard drive, in order to then your computer restarts really quickly. It's like, oh my god, my computer just started so much quickly, I've got a pep in my step and a quick vibration and vitality of life. Okay, so once we've emptied all the thoughts and the feelings of all your emotions that are gathered up through the information that's gathered through the head, we realize that we've emptied the trash bin, and we've also emptied the hard drive. Now, parts of both of these systems, or all three of these systems, are very still much like mind, body and soul. Mind, body and soul. We still look into steps of 3 and still stem cell therapy. Okay, because it's still past life stuff, but it's not past life stuff, it's past of your life, parts of your life that are missing the steps. Okay, there are important steps that people miss in life, that is the main part of the process of also the matrix. Okay, so when you look into the matrix was a great film, but it was very true. It's a part of what you can seek out as an empath. Now, empaths are people that can transmute the energy. Now, everybody's an empath, and everybody learns through everybody. Okay, but when we start to look at the emperor is someone that it's still an energy exchange. Everybody can seek out guidance at any point, and it doesn't matter who anybody is. Everybody needs guidance, and they need an outlet and a release of energy, which is still coding. It's still parts of the matrix, and it's still coding. It's a coding system that someone that can break down the matrix for you, that helps you break down to pick up the coding of what's happened in past life, also this life, that helps the future. You see, it breaks down a coding of where I can pinpoint exactly when there's a response of your action of what you're saying. Sometimes I can just pick up on, that's the trigger. There's the trigger. There's the triggered response. Okay, so once you get a triggered response, we go further back. But there will be homework. There will be homework for people that, if you really want to change and you really want to change your life, it takes work, and it takes hard work, and it takes consistency to rise up, to become rising up, to rise up to your rising sign, to understand why you're not rising as quickly as what you are descending. A lot of people, they descend and they arise, and they descend and they rise. Okay, so we're still looking at the 12-step method in life. 12 steps of codependency, from the first step to the 12th step, from the 12 steps of astrology, of all your houses and the star signs. Okay, it's still 12 steps, but step 1 is very important, of stem cells, of burning the root cause of that. So when you have an energy exchange with an empath, or hopefully me through the Skype calls, that gets me of a triggered response that I can pick up what you're saying and what you're doing and how you're feeling and your actions and your responses. And that gives me homework also. That gives me homework, that gives you homework. You know, I can work through your process and figure out what that is, okay, and then give you homework to do that will help you work through it for yourself, okay? So that's just really parts of the step. That's parts of the step. But the Skype calls can be set into different segments. Now, I do offer a deal of 2 hours, but that 2 hours can be very emotional for some people, and there is a big energy exchange. So what we learn to, while tempering our energy and learn to release it at a slower motion, okay? It can be very fast, but there are a lot of process that needs to be happen when you do things very fast. If there's a very good urge, the tense presence of the present tense, if it's very, like, really, 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 really tense, you're living in that present tense. So we go over so much stuff through these calls. But the release of energy is giving it to me, you know, that I can transmute the energy, and I give it back to transmute it, pretty much, to transmute that energy and then give it back to breaking down the coding system of where there will be an emotional breakdown for some people, not everybody, but for some people. But I've also discovered through talking with others is that even some work is some work, a lot of work, because they feel so much better. And I've discovered people, even on a mundane life that I have clients with as well, that I've just had a very brief discussion for like half an hour, and it's just been someone that I know, and they're like, oh my God, why do I feel so much better? You know, an energy dump. And it's just like life of what we do with as human being, right? Sorry, that's very crude, but it's the same. It's the same, you know. It's transmuting energy of everything that we absorb that needs to come out to release in order to replenish ourselves. So we still work off health, well-being, all that kind of stuff, you know. But energy is a current system of currency. It really is, okay? So it's an exchange. So there are that option there for people, if you are very curious to what that is. We can break down the timing. Obviously, I'm from the UK, so I can work with, obviously, I do work with a lot of people from different parts of the country, and I work with you. That's pretty much what we do, is we work out if you want one, and if you do, we go through that system, and then we work out what time is best for you and me. But normally I work around you, you know? So there is that. So then afterwards, you can break down, I do a deal where you can have 2 hours, but you can break down the coding system and the time gap between, it's still I Ching, it's still gaps, weathers, everything, but we can break down the time gap of where I would work around if you want an hour, and then it'll give you some homework and stuff to look at and a release, and then we go on for another hour, or you can return again after another period of time, or we can just have an hour. Okay, so we can do different times, and there are different things that I offer to people depending on what people can afford, or if you want one or not. Okay, so there is that. But then also after a period of time, what I do offer is obviously Patreon. Now Patreon is there literally for people, because a lot of people obviously watch this, but I do a lot of motivational work, you see, still too. But Patreon offers videos that I make after learning so much from clients. I don't give names over, but you just learn energy. You learn energy, okay? And you transmute it, and you know what those patterns are. So when I also figure out those patterns, and through all the months worth of readings, after a period of time, I start to make another video, pretty much like this, okay? I'll make another video, excuse me, I'll make another video. I've done a lot of speaking today, but I make a lot of videos, and then I transmute all that energy and I put it into a different perspective of way to look at it, pretty much like the computer, okay? I use implements of cups and saucers and different things and different stuff that you can look at that will also expand your mind. So we look into metaphysics, quantum physics, telekinesis, we can do, and it will add up to that. There are old videos and the new ones that are added. The new ones that are further added are after what I've learned and heard through doing all the monthly tarot card readings. I will then make a video of how to get out of that situation if that's the hard work that you really want to put into that you can't figure out. I don't always do that through the tarot card readings. Sometimes in the extendeds I do. But basically, Tier 2 can offer you all those readings, but also all the guidance videos. Now, the guidance videos are going to be there very much for where you can look at your reading and think, well, that really resonates with me. After a period of time, even if you want me to put a video out there for you and your parts of Tier 2, you can ask and I will do one. But generally, I put the video out so you can use that video pretty much like this as guidance to see how that relates with your pattern, and it will just give you something that you can re-watch time and time again, because timelines, they're not just one timeline. Timelines of space are constant. It's constant work. You know, if you want to put the work in, we need to put the work in together to form a bond of trust, to work together as a team. Okay, to work together as a team. A team, a bond, a team of trust, and yes, go Team 7, right? The 7 experience. But go team, right? Yes, go forward. But what we learn is also homework. There will also be homework, and it does take work. It's not easy, and it will not just happen overnight. It can start to, because you will start to feel and see a complete difference in your approach to life of how it works. You know, what works for you works for me, works for everybody, okay? 11:11 on the clock. But what works? This process does work, but it will take homework. But also, like I said, Patreon is still there as an option where I will make these videos and constantly make them and put them over there so you can watch your tarot reading and then a video that might say, that's that. And you can constantly watch that to go back to it, to remind yourself, you know, to keep you motivated. We constantly need constant motivation. We do. We always strive for constant motivation, right? Motivation is the key to your vibration, your vitality of life. It really is. But it all starts from the beginning of the stem cell. Okay, when we learn that this here is your memories, and it's like a roundabout, okay, and each roundabout is going around with and around with all these memories. When we start to break that chain, we replenish these with all good memories pretty much, and then we start a new fresh and a new beginning. But because life is a cycle and life is a struggle, we realize that what we need is care and attention. Okay, care and attention. 12:12 on the clock. Care and attention. Okay, so we pay attention, and then we have care and attention to give ourselves care and attention. So we learn through love and respect for ourselves, and how it brings in more wealth and health, and it gives you everything. It gives you the keys and the knowledge to life. So that's one of the things that I do offer is the Skype calls, okay. But also there is Patreon stuff that I do promote for people, because it will help, and there will be more. So Tier 2 will give you access to all of the videos, the tarot videos, and they will also give you access to all of the videos that are pretty much like this, of a different way of explaining things that will also expand your mind. Okay, but we look into telekinesis. At some point, we start to look at stem cells, and we can start to also look at hypnosis, where it will make you feel as if you could be like hypnosis. You know, it's like a general relaxing energy of oneself. Okay, but we look into different things over on Patreon, but there are old videos there if you want to watch them, if you have joined or want to join. But there will be future projects where I'll consistently add different videos so you can constantly rewatch them, you know, rewatch them and remember and think, oh shit, I forgot that step, I really need to go back and look at that step, you know, step 1. But client consultation stuff over for people that want the call, the Skype call. Please make sure that you reach out and say that you might be interested in one, and the email is below. But everything can be found below. So above, so below. Okay, the proof is in the pudding, the rising up to become great. Okay, what is below is here, and what is here is so above. So what we put out as energy is what we learn to transmute and give it back. So that's what I would like to offer you guys. If you want that consultation, please make sure that you watch this video that I will give you a link to if you send me an email. But if not, and you do see this, there is a chance there for you in order to reach out, and let's help you reach for the stars. Let's help you reach for success, right? But there will be homework. There will be homework to do, but it's very good homework. It really does replenish one's soul and one outlook, okay? So that is there, and also the Patreon. But any link in the description can be found if you want to reach out, and you can watch this video just to recap if you are interested. Okay guys, thanks very much for watching. Thanks for giving me your time. I love you loads, and hopefully see you soon. Peace.